Levels.
Look.
They poison culture, I'm antidote, lyrical commando. Quick to draw, rapid fire, syllable ammo, Rambo. So let them ramble, R.I.P. your favorite, light your candle till they notice it. Soldier flow, the code is too hot to handle. Turns told me get active, I had to get. Name a cat that can match up with black as magic, immaculate. Every target hit accurate, most of these rappers capping. Want me to pledge allegiance to your new wave, then I'm Kaepernick. Look, I in the front, better respect my mantra. Hard body, bigger spirit, the mentality Mamba. Ask me how I operate the number 3 is the answer where I sit in top 3, 2 and 3, the wrong answer, better not get them involved yet. Same culture, big difference. I bomb, you bomb threat. I Nas, you Nas X, and we Columbus Red Myth. Us flopping every topic, spitting Westbrook, your squad. Leave thunder if I up the rocket. Whoa. DC.
What's good, y'all? William Ryan, and this is In the Whip Podcast. And I got my boy Mighty Locks, and then the great, one of the greatest lyricists here in, or I would say just in general, for real.
Appreciate that, man.
We got Joe. We got Joe, formerly known as I Soldier.
Hey,
all right,
what's
you feel
going
me?
on?
You know, so it's gonna be a good one. I really want to dig in deep because I want to start with how it came to be when you first started and everything like that. But I do want you to tell everybody who you are first, bro.
Oh man, I'm Joseph M., formerly known as I Soldier, Young Soldier, and all the things. Just lifelong creative in Columbus, Ohio, man. I've been at this thing for a long time, but I always represented the essence of hip hop and live entertainment and just pure music lover, man. That's who I am, and you know what I do is rock mics and kill shows and
More than anything, just killing shit.
those things. Man.
In that, I do want to get into when you first realized what you wanted to do.
Oh man,
Like
early.
how it hit you, how it made you feel, the moment that you was just like, oh shit, this is what I want to do. Like, this is what I have to do. I feel this in me so deeply. Tell me how and when that happened for you, bro, because it's different from everybody. Just talk to him. He came into a Christian rap and then went into the secular world. So in that, I
went secular and I'm into
the gospel.
Man.
So in that, tell me when it started for you, bro.
I was maybe 7, 8 years old. Big fan of music in general at the time. My sister introduced me to rap.
Okay.
She was the hip hop head. I was brought up on jazz and soul and R&B. And then my sister was also, but then she got into hip hop and introduced it to me.
Okay.
And man, we listened to everybody, but Busta Rhymes,
Flipmode Squad. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Talk about it.
It's Busta Rhymes.
Talk about
I think
it.
I was about 8 when I saw the Woo-Ha joint. And then there was the Woo-Ha remix with ODB. That music video.
Oh.
I'm more of a hyper guy.
Yes.
So the energy and just everything about it all, me sitting there.
So you in that vein? You in that vein of you with Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, Ludacris,
my animated guys, but with the dangerous skill set. So it's it's like Twista and Redman and Method Man and the whole Flipmode Squad, Luda, but also me being such a emotional guy. You got your Black Thoughts and Common and stuff like that. So it's all that mixing a blender for me.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I realized I wanted to do that when I saw that. So
yeah, but because we ain't going nowhere today. We getting into this.
A week later, we in school. What do you want to be? I said I want to be a rapper, and I normally say I want to be an NBA star. They switched.
Okay.
Yeah, then it kept going like both because NBA started getting real good. So did rap. So it was
That's
just
a fact.
that, and yeah, man, I fell in love with hip hop at that point, and then the more my sister listened to, my sister is like, we here. So whatever she did, I wanted to do.
Mhm.
Um,
She older?
4 years old.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whatever she was into, I was into, but then I found my way through that.
Mhm.
So she was she listened to Jay-Z and she listened to Method Man,
Right.
and then she turned around and was listening to Master P, and then she was listening to Pastor Troy,
Oh.
then she was listening to all these different mixes and I stayed more on the like Midwest, East Coast.
Yeah.
Like the more them syllables were switching and
Mhm.
fast and all that. I was like, I could do that too. I already talk fast. I could do that. And I started studying, started mimicking. It went from there. I just got better and better at it. For real.
So I'm gonna go fast forward because
Mhm.
the first time I met you, we was at Biggie's house.
Oh man.
And we was in the basement.
Yeah.
We was in the basement, and she was like, because I used to visit Diggy all the time, so I came over that day. Y'all was down in the basement. She told me to come in, and all I'm hearing is nothing but flames, bro. I was like, who the fuck? I'm coming down the stairs like, I know this is not Hands. I know this is not Just. Who nigga in here? And it was you and
Turns.
Yes. Y'all was down there going in, and y'all went back to back at it. I'm like, this is crazy.
You came in when we was doing Otis.
Yes. So I'm like, oh shit. And she was like, before I came in, she was like, I got a surprise for you. I was like, what the? I was like, what the? Sis, what are you talking about? She was like, there's some dudes. I was like, all right, let me see. And I'm coming down the stairs and hearing nothing but bars. And I was just like, I'm a man.
Hey, man.
And then on top of hearing your delivery, and then that transferring over into the stage, bro. Your stage performances, bro, were captivating in that sense of you dragged them in and then you went straight out to them like you was going through the crowd. You was really rocking with them, and you made them feel like this ain't no local. I'm not a local nigga.
I live here.
Yeah, bro.
That's
exactly.
I always say that.
And in that same vein, where did all of that come from? Like, I understand. I understood the bars. Like, the bars came. I feel like it came natural for you when you came into it. But when it came to the stage,
I started officially, like, hey, I'm an artist. It was like 03.
Okay.
Right. And what albums was out in 03, 04, right?
Yeah. So we had Jay-Z. I think it was the Black album. I do believe.
Yeah, the Black album. I think I know on the fun end, I know Nellyville and all that was out.
Yeah.
I think the Stankonia album just went diamond or something like that. Eminem was on going crazy. Busta was going crazy.
Yeah.
Yep. Everything mixtapes. Like everything that had something to do with bounce was like just blaze, and it was just going. Swiss Beats was on fire. DMX was on fire. Everybody was on fire. Cassidy was on fire. So I was just ready to rap. And remember, I'm on that end where it's like go hard, but then there was like the Dipset side and all that stuff, and I wasn't really on that side.
Yeah.
So the passion of just trying to not necessarily emulate the big dogs, but like I can do that too, but I just live here. So let me just go rock wherever I'm at, and I'm gonna just peel through. But my passion is like I can't even explain because it comes from so many deep spots. And it's like a lot of times you think I'm being entertaining. I was probably in pain, or I was probably going
just pulling from that,
and I was just pulling, and I was using my words to express versus anything that get me in trouble. So a lot of times you see me like locked in, or I'm on this, I'm silent on the side of the stage,
right?
Or
because you would. It did seem like when I seen you, I see when we was at I think it was the Buckeye Bar or the bar after Lane. Scarlet and Gray.
Yeah.
So they call it the Buckeye Bar now, but
they call it the Buckeye Bar.
Bro.
What's the
bro? What's the sometimes you need to just keep it the same.
Look, I ain't been outside. Let me.
So the only reason why I know is because the Assignment Cookies is right next door.
Okay.
So like I'm like, what the? Never mind. It's none of my business. It's
Right,
still
just
college. It's college kids. I'm
still
gonna let it
pull
happen.
off. Yeah.
But when I seen you, it was like you were in the mode. Like I was about to dap you up and everything. I was like, ooh, I just like
And
going
then
into it.
I had to learn. I had to learn to like not wear that because I'd be wanting to give people that. Like I would be wanting to
And
meet
that
people.
you there
But
in that process, bro. I
Mhm.
understand you need to lock in
yeah,
so you are in the mode and in that moment
yeah,
instead of everywhere else.
yeah.
Because there's
It's so
granted,
much
there's
stuff.
a
It's so
lot
much
of
stuff
shit.
happening.
Yeah.
And everybody is like into other things outside of what was about to happen. I
Mhm.
was always the one to just kind of like close it all off and just focus.
You went tunnel vision, bro.
Yeah, and it's all because I go through a lot, so it's like fighting to focus on what's happening because whatever I'm emotional about outside of that could cloud that and affect
The performance,
the
the delivery.
performance and the delivery and my memory of the words and all
Mhm.
of that because of all
There
of
ain't
that.
no in airs. You was doing your shit, and it was like a whole. It was like I feel like you practiced there first. You had sound check. You practiced all the way through, and then it was like the silent, the quiet before the storm, and then when you got on, it was like because everybody went up to you. You would have people that would be in the bar, regulars that'd be in the bar, not even knowing what's going on, and they're like, "What? Oh!" And then ran to the stage, and then
I've met a
they
lot
would.
of new people from just being on stage and doing what I do, and they be like, "Bro, I didn't even know you was coming today. I'm here for the waffle fry."
The waffle
I didn't
fry.
know he was up the way. So it's being true to self, being honest on stage, and being passionate about your what you consider like an expertise or whatever. Like if you consider yourself good, then do what you do well every single time. Like don't play it cool because it's a cool spot or nothing like that. So I was always low key teased because of how hard I would go, even if it's like a intimate.
See, with intimate crowds, I get nervous. I get nervous because it's small.
It gets honest.
When it's big, I at least have a few to bounce off of. But if it's intimate, I'm like, if they not feeling it,
they going.
I don't know what to do.
Eyes will let you know.
Yeah, they be like, oh, when is this nigga?
I was more. I took bigger crowds as a challenge because you can't. I'm one of those people that I pay attention to how many eyes are looking at me. Well, once I matured, because at first I used to just look at my feet and just rap to get it off because I'm emotionally troubled. So I wasn't performing for y'all. I was just using morphing what would normally get me in trouble and turn it into my words and then just spilling it out and then look up to see if anybody heard it. That's how I used to do it. But then as I matured, I'm like, yo, y'all about to get these gems.
You about to get these.
We about to get it going. We gonna heal today. Even if I ain't even rapping about healing, it's just like my energy and eye contact. They like, yo, we getting through this together. What we doing? So I always used to see how many people I could pause because getting people to bounce and hands up is one thing, but if you get everybody to stop moving and lock into what you're saying at a space where it's supposed to be hype, but you can control. That's MCing for me. So that's I used to be like, I'm like, how many people can I pause? That's why I used to. If you came to a show, you see me go up on energy and bring everybody down. I did it on purpose just to see if I could control the setting and whatnot. Eventually, I got real good at it, but that's like how I could feel that y'all are hearing me.
It's fire
by switching that up.
I appreciate that, bro.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Every performance you delivered.
I appreciate
every performance that I came to.
Yeah.
You delivered just in the connection with the audience, the storytelling. You told a story within your showcase, bro, from beginning to end, and then the reaction that you got after you got off the stage, it was like, oh, this is realer than you think.
Yeah.
So in that, I do want to get to the evolution from I Soldier to Joe, because I'm gonna be like, If your daddy called him Clay, I'm gonna call him Clay. But you Joe. You've always been Joe, and the transition into Joe. Because I knew you had to disconnect. What was the disconnect from I Sold You to Joe?
Well, I only started like coming up with artist names and nicknaming myself and all that. That came from deep rooted bully culture.
Okay.
So I was on the other side of the bully culture. I was being bullied.
Okay.
Like half my life, for real.
Okay.
So I always would think every time I would do something that's true to self, I would either get teased for it, beat up for it, or whatever. But when I would change my name or become something else, they found it either more entertaining or they would leave me alone. But I found it empowering. Yeah. So once I realized that a bunch of artists, they ain't their real names, I'm like, what can I, name myself or whatever? And just Soulja, period, is just me just being militant of hip hop. That's all that is. Okay. So it went from Young Soulja, then I got a little older, so I went to I Soulja, and then
Who was the I?
Just me. I'm militant of hip hop. And I remember, what's that rapper's name? Was it I-20? I something. He used to be on like DTP.
It's I-20.
I-20. And I was like, he could market that real good if he just
he
had the voice, the like all the things.
He had all the potential.
Yeah, and I had a lot of artistic ideas for what the logo looked like or whatever. So it's I Soulja was just it. And then it just went from like that to the I stood for like inspire, icon, all these different things.
Still got the shirt, by the way. Still got the shirt.
I appreciate that.
Still supporting.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that because a lot of people still have like the shirt. I'm gonna keep that because bro, I'm gonna use it. If me getting back out here, I'm gonna need all y'all.
Listen, I need you to come back out, bro.
Yeah, man. That's
in that because we got Mighty Locks. He used to be Peasy, but his name is Mighty Locks. Super producer.
Yeah. And like I can definitely relate to what you're saying, man, because I dealt with the same thing. Like I was in the midst of bully culture where people would make fun of me because my name is Arabic and and for other reasons as well. And I use that as more so a mask. And to me it was empowering. You know what I'm saying? Until I changed my name back to Madi, which is my middle name. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely relatable.
Yeah, man.
Most definitely.
When I found God as well, I realized everything I was doing had a different name to it. It had a nickname or not a facade, but just like something else that wasn't Joseph. Yeah. And I'm like, my kids call me dad, but I'm being my full self to my kids, to my wife, they love me. The people I've met outside of music and making these changes, that's the love I want. But if I can get that musically, that'd be dope too. So let me just be myself this time and not make it confusing for myself, because I already have one of those, like I'm an overthinker and a deep thinker and all that. Like, let's simplify this whole thing and let me just be Joseph. And I went Joseph M, like my actual name, and just put M. But then, on the legal end, when you're trying to look up names or whatever, there's a bunch of white dudes that play like horns and stuff. I'm about to be impossible to find if I do that. So I switched the spelling, you know what I'm saying, to JOSFM, and then I'm gonna just roll with Joseph M, and I'll be that. Then of course getting more in the biblical sense and all that, Joseph is pretty special name.
Yes.
So I'm like, yo,
that's strong.
Let me, and that's probably why I'm like
you naturally.
So yeah, like let me really get into that thing, and I'm still novice to the whole faith switch. So I've been more trying to make sure I'm not fraudulent and really get into the life of this thing.
The art imitating life.
Yeah, like let me when I decide to do the music on this faith side, let me bring a bounce to it, like how I am, but let me deliver a message I'm knowledgeable in. And I'm gonna start from where I am. I don't have to be super well versed to drop a fire verse. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So I'm as I grow, the more in it's gonna sound, but I got the green light to start now. Like my family and my wife and my sister was like,
Because
yo,
it does take time
It's
to.
about time.
You had to take a break
Yeah.
to reset, recalibrate.
yeah, life was
And
happening, man.
you had children, bro.
Yeah.
You had children, and that during, because I started to realize that after I got married and everything like that, and during that process, I was just like, my son is going to need the guidance,
Mhm.
the understanding of him tapping into who he's about to become for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He needs me to actually show him and teach him the ways of how he's going to face diversity. He's going to face bullies. He's going to
Mhm.
face hurt and pain, but how to properly deal with that and still come out the way he needs to be, because he is a light.
Yeah.
I can see him in every facet of still being a creative.
Mhm.
He's gifted musically. He loves plays and everything like that. So
That's my kid.
making sure that he hones in on that and doesn't fall in the knack of being a follower.
Yeah.
And misled into the way the world is going right now, and the way
Mhm.
things are being shoved down our kids' throats and things like that.
Absolutely.
So just being there, letting him know he is okay the way he is, but
Mhm.
understanding that you will be tried.
Yeah.
It is what you do after being tried and working through that process.
Yep. Absolutely.
So yeah, I get that wholeheartedly, and I'm so happy
Yeah, man.
and grateful that you are coming back out,
Yes, sir.
reformed
Appreciate it.
and redefined,
Yeah. Redefined
and understanding the weight that you hold and the light that you carry as well,
Yeah.
because we are only vessels.
Absolutely.
In that, I do want to get into some banter. Okay, we want to get into some banter because I seen how you was talking in the comments.
Which
You
one?
was on TikTok.
Oh,
When
okay,
when we got into the Drake and Kendrick.
Oh, yeah.
I do want to hear what you have to say about that, because there was a lot of, bro, listen,
They
when we
was
went through
going.
that, bro, they was going,
You
and
see,
I
when
was
you see people's hands start doing
I
this,
didn't
they
understand.
over explain like, man, you twisted the way you twisted. You ain't twisted it.
But
Like,
in
yo.
the comments too, the things that they were saying as well, and then on top of just you being an artist,
Mhm.
what you gravitated to in that, I feel like it was more than anything a marketing tool for both of them, because they're always going to be married after this point, just like Jay-Z and Nas.
Yeah.
After their beef, they were always tied. They're always going to be tied together
Mhm.
in anything that they do. What about what he's going to do now?
Yeah.
The follow-up albums and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Are there any innuendos with, or any subs to someone after that point? But what were your thoughts on that? Because I know you had a few.
I'm very much a Kendrick fan.
Yes.
From the gate.
Respect.
I'm talking about livemixtapes.com. I just want to be heard.
Talk about it. Hip hop.
From the jump.
Like the gate.
Yes.
Whoa, bro. Zero.
So, did you go to his concert at Scully's when he came here before he blew up?
No. Life was
When
happening.
it was section 80?
I was there in spirit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But go ahead, continue.
He knows. It's fine. It's. I'm a hip hop head at first,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm more on a Kendrick side because of what he represents.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been too much of a. I'm not a Drake fan.
Oh,
okay.
So, and anybody who knows me knows this.
Right. Can I ask why?
Yeah.
I require certain
growth.
Yes, I require certain growth. I require certain truth. I require certain rhythm, and I require a certain amount of originality in my ear palette. That makes sense.
Facts. I get that.
So
I get that.
if you are Canadian and you spend a long time being one of the top artists, and I have not yet heard anything Canadian, not culturally at all. Now, this is what I'm saying. To my point, to keep it simple.
Oh, go ahead.
Kendrick
We got
gave
time.
you LA when he got mad.
Oh, LA.
What did Drake give you when he got mad? what everybody else says he didn't give you Canada. He didn't say, "Hey, we coming through." He said,
No, he gave you.
I'm coming through with LA.
He gave you Sexy Red.
He gave you Sexy
He gave
Red.
you Sexy Red. For the ones that I can't do it, but
Well,
And
he
Ice
gave
Spice.
he gave
there's-
he tried to get Ice
No, he
Spice.
endorsed her, bro.
he endorsed her.
He endorsed her.
How old was she?
Oh, man, he was
That's a horror movie sound to him now. So everything goes to the point. Like everything is fair
Mhm.
in a battle.
Right.
Nobody should be pacifying nothing or moving them to the side. Okay, that's enough. Why are you doing that? Why are you tearing black people down? We supposed to be together, because it was on the other side. Honestly, they would have just been like, "Ha ha, Kendrick, this, that, and the third." It's more of a
I just love the strategics of that.
I love the strategics of
that
it.
whole battle.
I don't
was
like
beautiful.
what I don't like on the Kendrick side. What I don't like that Kendrick is doing is letting his anger dictate the next throw. If he would have just stayed strategic and stayed whatever, he wouldn't have been egging on. It's only because he's still angry.
Yeah,
I relate to that because I don't let the gas off either. So
no,
I'm like,
you said
I'm
no,
like,
but
Kendrick, go, man, come on.
when
I mean,
Drake said nah, you gonna see this through.
Yeah,
That's like after that point,
yeah,
you added fire to
I was
the
like,
flames.
you did it, but that adds to I guess the lack of growth in that point. Like, you expose yourself in that way. He didn't expose himself artistically. He won that battle.
Yeah.
Every time he dissed him in 17 different ways that people was dissing because it didn't sound like what they like already. Drake knows to only go to what's like.
Yeah.
He's not gonna push no envelopes. He don't have any. He has what's given.
Shit.
So it's the thing. Kendrick can come from space somewhere and they be like, I ain't feeling that. That's too weird. At least he came with something else. You know what Drake gonna do every time you get it. You're gonna do it every time. And it's gonna be fire to whom it's fire to.
Yeah.
Now, if he would have did the same style with different words, I would have been like, dope. Now he rapping. I was waiting on Drake to rap. When Drake rap, I can appreciate that he's rapping.
Yeah.
Till you find out somebody else wrote it. Then I'd be like, well, can I shake his hand?
Is it really justifiable?
What is it? And then they'll go look at who wrote whatever with Kendrick, and I'll be like, it's a commercial song for an album. He didn't need help on the disc.
He didn't.
Those was emotional anger, like Eminem in the closet type bars.
Oh, that's a good ass reference.
He stopped the car and was like, I don't like you, the way you dress, the way you walk, talk. Like, that's what he was doing. It was like it was less of a diss more than like a real beef. Like, I don't like you and never did. How many ciphers I gotta do? You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Now ask yourself.
He tucked him back into his pajama clothes.
Drake been on a cipher or invited?
The Rap Radar. But
Rap Radar?
The Rap Radar
Did
when
he have
he
the Blackberry out?
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that because that's probably why he got the shit stolen.
Man,
Let's be real. Man. But
I would wonder what's on it too if you can't say nothing on
But
it. I'm wondering when he's invited to the ciphers, right? Now, if it's Rap Radar and all these different high-end stuff, yeah, invite Drake. But when it's time to rap, just like what Styles P said, we put you up there. You beautiful.
That's why.
But don't come down here trying to change the rules.
That's why
we from the mud.
It still needs to be a basement, bro.
Yeah.
We need the basement.
Now, with that, you remember how hip hop culture would invite all kinds of people to the basement.
But you understood who was going to stand out
you knew
and who wasn't going to really make it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got to that mic, that's a live mic, and you have to deliver. If you didn't, you know Ticket was going to get you up out of there real quick.
Yeah. My thing is he can drop. I know Drake is like, he's top 3 in being able to pull off whatever.
Yeah, because he writes for everybody.
Because it's like,
but then he has writers too.
Right. But, you know, in defense of greatness, so does Beyonce, right? Like 11 different people pull off the thing. It's about who you are, your cadence, and who you can attract. Drake all day. Bet. We not talking about that in no beef.
No,
Mm.
because it doesn't matter.
I'm
After
coming
that,
outside my sweats. What's up? What we doing?
Let's get it.
Right?
Let's get it.
That's how Kendrick came.
That's
Fresh off the push-ups. Like, what we doing? I'm still ashy. What Drake do? Drake was fully dressed with his people behind him, talking about, you know, I'm cooler than you. He said, I didn't say nothing about cool. I'm talking about
he
the
shouldn't have.
fade.
He
Right?
shouldn't have brought up Michael Jackson.
He brought up the
Like,
things, and I think it
the
was
number
I think
being
it
away
was a
from-
good blow for blow until
Yeah.
he did that Pac thing.
Oh yeah, like you crossed the line.
You took someone who was, you know, raised in like, what was it, like New York, and then went to LA, but became a beloved in LA with an angry LA dude.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, all
you
right.
definitely did. You
And it was a mockery.
It was a
two
message.
LA people, wasn't it? Wasn't it Snoop and
Yeah.
but Snoop is Mr. I'm friends with everybody, so that don't work.
Yeah,
But
he didn't really.
it's
defend himself,
more of the
I'm not
claiming
rocking
you're
with
claiming
Snoop.
sides and being on that side until the end,
Mhm.
win, lose, or draw.
Facts.
And Kendrick was on LA side, and we know how deep LA get.
Mm-hmm.
Drake was on every side that says yes to him,
Yeah.
and put it in the song, beat wise, lyric wise, joke wise, insult wise. We got not one hometown hit. Everything was from a different space.
Okay.
Like, so you even feel that way with beginning Drake when he dropped Successful and when he was dropping those Still Fly.
That's old Drake. That's just like the old Kanye.
You talking about Kmart shirt Drake? Yes,
Yeah.
I liked the Kmart shirt Drake.
You know what I'm saying?
At first,
That was genuine.
it was cool because he was hungry, he was rapping, and he was finding a way. He was finding a style that he can sit with.
He
like
found
put
a
like this.
lane.
He found a lane. So even remember, I'm one of them wordsmiths. I know when the long Drake note is coming.
Yeah.
Because it's based off the bars that he's sitting in. That's how he does his thing. Same with Meg Thee Stallion. You know how she's going to chop it up.
Mhm.
We like it because you do it. So when he was like mixing stuff up,
Soon as
he was mixing stuff up. They knew to cross him over immediately
Mhm.
because rap wise, if he was just rapping, it wouldn't have
wasn't gonna make
grown because he would have had to rap by himself.
Mhm.
People started writing other things for him to where he can write on softer things.
Mhm.
That works for Drake because he can't go harder than what he was because he's not hard, right?
Yeah.
So I see how he can evoke emotion and pull the ladies, and then the guys come too because the ladies, they're gonna follow the ladies,
Follow the chicks.
and then there's a certain cool about being around the cool guy. You sitting around Lil Wayne, what you think? What do you expect? So the little creepy stuff that's coming in the forefront now, we ain't really see. So we just applauded his ability to rap and be cool enough to hang with Wayne.
Yeah.
That's it.
I think Wayne definitely helped him in that. Just
Absolutely.
because.
Even Wayne said, "Stop
Yeah.
rapping."
He
hard
said, "Be
stuff.
you, be
Like,
you."
be you. Get him how you
But
gonna get him. But he had a flow.
He got bullied too.
Man.
Like he was basically bullying or got bullied by the industry because there's like, you too soft, this singing shit, you rapping, da 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 da. But he fell into. He did get bullied.
Yeah, I was like, look,
But you got
take it and run with it.
you've created that lane for yourself.
Yeah.
And it was working for you.
Hmm?
Why, when you do that, when you found and carved out a lane for yourself, why actually divert from that? If it's working for you, if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it.
He elevated. I don't even think he didn't really create nothing because you got Ja, you got Nelly, you got 3 Stacks, you got everybody
Lil
singing.
Wayne, you got
Everybody singing and rapping well, but he took it and elevated it.
Yeah.
He made it okay for the up and coming to try it.
Yeah.
I believe that.
That's
okay. So that also means don't start nothing with nobody because you're not that.
You're not.
You're not that. So
Respect.
you would have to go to, when you go in the mud and you're doing beefs, he's going to have to go to people who like him and go, hey, this person don't like me. Let's go get him. So he would drop a single versus just dropping a mixtape or an actual diss track. He'll make it a single and make sure the popularity of it all overshadows the fact that he said.
That's how he got Meek.
That's how he got Meek. Meek wasn't as popular at that point.
Yep.
For real. But if he would have went to the muds of Philly,
oh, that nigga would have got dogged.
people would have joined in just because they think he's soft. Like, you know where to go.
Then when he did the thing with Common too,
So the reason why, and to that point, the reason why I didn't work with Kendrick is because he forgot that prior to this little back and forth, he just came out of album of the year. He just came off the highest grossing tour from a rapper. He just came off of doing that with a therapy album.
Yeah.
Which means he's still working on himself, and you decide to push his button.
Yeah. He said, I ain't fully healed yet.
I'm not healed yet. I still got my demons. We just had brunch. Like, we're still kicking it. I'm trying to get him out the door. And Drake was just poking fun because that's what people who reach type of popularity, they start poking fun thinking they can't be touched. And I'm like, if Drake wasn't playing with the kids so much, and this is what I mean by like collabing with people we should not be collabing with that's way younger, trying to bring them up and all these different things.
I can understand it, but there's a certain
trying to be that guy.
You're not Diddy, bro.
Yeah, you trying to be that guy, and it'd be like it's featuring Drake. You know it's golden because it's Drake's name, but it end up being as mediocre as the actual person versus it being elevated. Now you just look like you. You're like the uncle that keep playing ball with the kids. I got
after you done aged out and shit.
Like it's one of those things where you are too high up to play that low.
Facts.
There should you being this high in the game and being so looked at so high, you should be rapping with the big dogs for fun versus the little kids.
And then in interviews, you should benefit or you should send that light towards them.
Which means I think he should have been invited to the ciphers. It should be Drake, Jadakiss, Papoose, or whoever's just going to do.
But do you think that he would hold weight there? No,
he would hold their water and make sure they ain't parched. I know, I know Drake can't hold that type of weight. But as high as people put him, you would think he'd be invited, right?
That's true.
That's what I'm like. It's a numbers game, and this beef was not about numbers until he started playing like he can't get numbers.
Yeah,
Kendrick's like, I've been doing this. We've been the guys. You've been the guy first. He went first.
Yeah.
But in my own right,
they've always put me in this circle.
Yeah. Like people who,
because I feel like
want to turn up and have fun. Because I heard him say, what did he say on his album? Like it's, I forgot what he said.
Which album?
I'm not concerned.
The one I just heard.
Concerned about some sexy song. You talking about that one?
I have no idea what the title is. I just know he said he wasn't trying to do like. He's just trying to like turn up. He's not really. I'm trying to party up.
I'm trying to turn the party up.
That Mind State Alone.
Oh yeah, you talking about Nokia?
I thought that was a sellout bar.
No, you can't. It's a classic.
It's a classic bar. It's a classic. No, it's a classic fake out.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the fuck it is because you know that they're gonna put you in rap.
Yeah,
but you can't buckle to that and be like, oh yeah, I'm not doing all of that. Because I wanna enjoy it. I'm like, you have a responsibility, bro.
He's the leader of the people who make fun of people because they're smart.
That's a good take.
Even though he's one of those, which is crazy.
He's the one that points fun at the friend that he hang out with when people are making fun of that friend.
He's the one he didn't really earn the jacket, but he has it on.
But
so he feels
he bought it.
He feels he bought it.
He bought it.
And he's telling people to get their money up and get their girls up and this is that and the third. I'm like, this is a recovering troubled man who found a woman and married her and had a child and is out the way.
And working on himself.
And then dropped the album about it. And beat your album.
And then you point fun at
and then make fun of it. You emotional. This, that, the third. It's like you tapping emotions.
But wasn't your first?
No, you named
albums and the mixtape was all emotion.
He's supposed to be Mr. Emotion. So my thing is, I don't see the authentic that everyone talks about when it comes to Drake. I don't see it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I was one of the guys that let Marvin's Room get to me because I did make a few calls. He was like, "Hey, babe, what you doing?"
When I say I am a true, I'm not back and forth ever. I don't know Drake's music.
Okay,
like I don't know the title. I know Marvin's Room because of my wife.
Okay,
and I think people is that an album or a song?
That's a song.
So that's the one. That's the one that like JoJo remade. And, See, it's because JoJo was singing it. I know what it is.
Did kill that shit.
So it's not because it's a diss. I
Yeah.
listen to what I like,
Mhm.
and people think he's so on top that I can't miss him.
You can miss him if you don't really want to.
I
You
miss
could
him
definitely
every
miss him.
trip because I'm too busy listening to this here.
Mhm.
So it's a bigger music world for me than Drake.
Okay.
This is like he's like a South rapper, but he just visits the South.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yes, Kendrick.
He got a
definitely said that.
timeshare there.
So, in you telling me that you are listening to other rap, what's in your playlist right now, or what
Outside of gospel stuff.
outside of gospel,
Mhm.
what other albums are you listening to? Or are you listening to albums, or are you just
I ain't listening to nothing new.
where you at right now?
I'm at To Pimp a Butterfly. I'm at
Still a solid classic.
I'm at the Common. I'm at B album.
Oh,
I'm at Rage in the Machine, Joe Budden.
Joe has some shit that
I'm at
I don't think this
It
generation
Ain't Safe
is
No
gonna
More,
understand.
Busta Rhymes. I'm at It Ain't Safe No More, Busta Rhymes. I'm at the first Blackout album. I'm at Muddy Waters, Redman.
Yeah.
Game Theory, The Roots. I'm at
You in your bag, bro. You really in the Duffy.
the Heir to the Throne, DJ Drama, Corey Gunn's joint.
Why, bro?
You
You really a hip hop head to the fullest, bro.
yeah,
Don't nobody bring up Corey Guns, bro. But Corey Guns had the guns, bro.
Man.
Why isn't he on now? God, bro.
His dad.
His dad. And instead of, you know how Atlanta took over New York as far as being able to flow through, or the South,
the
or whatever.
pipeline, yeah.
Instead of Corey staying East Midwest type to where his would be accepted, him doing that Cash Money thing.
Oh yeah.
I think they probably the only ones that try to take care of him because he went through so much.
Yeah.
So he went for like not necessarily a loyalty thing, but where people was like respecting him a little bit. But
I think his dad.
Cash Money is master at shelfing.
Oh yeah,
they will shelf.
That is true.
You,
Young Money,
little Kiki,
Young Money. Young Money.
Yeah, Young Money.
Yeah, that tree branch.
Yeah,
man.
And I'm another reason why I barely even go south when I listen to music. It's more like it's New York, Chicago, some LA, of course. Yeah. And then you got J. Cole.
Yep. And
then,
I like that. Again.
There's a bunch in between. I listen to my locals here still. Young Truth is the hit maker. Let's talk about it. My brother is always going to be the hit maker of the city. You listen to his album in full, you will know it is Young Truth.
Albums. Yes.
And people know he's one of them ones that everybody knows, but the people who are like bigger up don't give a fair shake. Life be happening or whatever, but here you got to put yourself on. You got to create your own show.
Yeah,
you got to literally just go do it.
Get it from the mud.
Go do it yourself. And Young Truth has always been that one that people missing out on. So I listen to Young Truth every day, and D Turns. Period. His stuff is on more SoundCloud. He's more as far as community. With the music, he just whoever's trying to come grab it and be touched. Those people who's more on that. And
I need him to get on.
His spreads wide. He's definitely a storyteller.
I need him to be on Bandcamp.
Yeah,
the website Bandcamp because he can dictate that. Yeah.
You got Bink and Priest,
shout
out Bink and shout
out
Campino.
You
know what I'm saying? So it's like I listen to Hometown too, but what's in all that in the playlist mixed with Boney James and Jonathan McReynolds and Dojo.
You in it? You bro, in it.
So it's like that. And my best friend Kai put me on Boney James. She said, Yo, so shout out to Kai for that. She's my like music we hear on that, and then everything else with the R&B and soul, that's me and my wife's thing. We getting there, so it's a mix of that. Because
What do you like with
I
R&B
listen
albums, R&B artists right now.
R&B artists.
Yes, I'm gonna need a 5. That's in rotation right now.
5 that's in
Dang,
rotation.
you gonna do the Rushmore right now?
No. We can't.
Right
What I want to do, I don't want to do the Rushmore right now because there is a lot of that ain't making sense with the Rushmore that we've seen that I sent to you.
I need to know what we're going off of. It got real hard.
I'm talking about yours.
Okay.
That gravitates to you right now. Not just like
We're doing playlists right now though.
Playlist.
Like what's R&B?
just your playlist.
R&B that's in my playlist. Again, I'm showing my age, bro.
Fuck it, do it.
Because I don't really do with the new stuff for real.
There's not a lot of it.
It's
You really gotta dig.
There's not a
But-
lot.
man, and it's like there's not a lot of wholesome
Yeah.
growth content that's being pushed. There's no game in music, but we're gonna talk about that another time.
I listen to Ari Lennox, her first
Yeah.
one.
Already going crazy.
I know she
And
got a new joint.
I'm liking that she teamed up with
I'm
JD.
the biggest Tori Kelly fan ever, so I listen to Tori Kelly a lot, like around. Like it'll go because she writes with John Bellion, and John
Yep.
Bellion is my favorite artist and producer and writer.
Really?
Absolutely,
John Bailey.
John Bellion.
All right, man, I'm gonna have to give him a spin.
Oh,
With
bro.
both hands on your phone.
And hold on to your
And hold on
earphones,
to
my
your
nigga.
ears, because he is a master at writing, rapping, singing, and helping other people get it off. People get Grammys, he get one too. He just be sitting at home when he do it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's one of those. So when she linked up with John Bellion, I was like, bet.
You talking about that last album?
Yeah, and then they kept making more onto it, adding more onto it, bro.
That one?
Yeah. The what is it? Tory plus more. The Tory, like you can tell which ones he wrote and which ones he produced. So I was glued to that, and then I listened to everything else is Tony Braxton's first album.
Oh, that's bro. The way that they brought her in
Yeah.
from the boomerang soundtrack,
Man.
and then just laid that album out there, bro.
Absolutely.
You know that album was supposed to be for Anita Baker, right?
I can see that. But
She was like, no.
shout out to my wife on that.
Oh,
That's when we turn on Tony, we know we're gonna listen to it all the way through. We about to get the whole day done. We about to be singing how many ways, like we in there. I listen to Tony, I listen to Music Soul Child, Soul Star, and Love and Music. I listen to NDRE, Voyage.
Bro.
I listen to what else I got? I listen to Dave Hollister. I listen to a lot. I listen to Babyface. Listen to Usher.
Unpopular opinion. I do not think Usher is a great R&B vocalist.
You might be bugging.
Vocalist. I said unpopular opinion.
Yeah, you might be.
Why not? Because vocalist and artist, two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on my artist
He's-
list. They're on my vocalist list.
He's on my entertainment list. He's a great entertainer.
Why not?
But vocally, I'm cool.
You could.
He's good. No, the reason why I say that is because
Of who you listen to.
like I listen, bro, I'm not even gonna lie, Luke James.
I was about to make a Luke James joke just now because I know you listen to Luke James. If you don't listen to Usher, it's a difference.
I love vocalists.
We listen to like Maxwell and
I listen to Maxwell. Maxwell isn't one of the greatest vocalists either, but
right.
it's the songs that he chooses.
But Eric Benet is
Right.
I get it.
Brian McKnight.
I hate him. Sorry.
I hate him as a person.
He's like Fabulous of.
I don't like him as a person, but I love his music.
Yeah, he's singing like he don't feel like it. and it makes me mad. Like my wife would say, "Look, yo,
But
everybody, I'm like,
Usher,
turn that Mac
Usher
off."
has marketed himself the way he was able to market his career or move his career and make it work for him.
Mhm.
The fact that when I listened or watched R&B Money and JD told me that one of the producers said that Usher is boring.
Mhm.
They only listen to him when he's about to drop an album or when his album is out.
Mhm.
It was on brand, and it's been on brand like that for years.
Yeah.
Don't nobody really check for Usher until like he comes out
It's
with some
music
shit.
time.
But
So artist wise, he's the guy.
he is.
And when he done, you be like,
Okay.
But
Yeah.
in the process of
Dang, that's
R&B,
"This makes sense."
like I'm listening to a guy named like Lakon.
Mhm.
He came from here.
Okay.
He's fire.
Mhm.
I've seen him because he used to come out to Sing and Hang Out all the time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sing and Hang Out. But he came out and he's been himself. He's got this low tone,
Mhm.
but the delivery and the runs is flawless.
Okay. So you like
And-
Teddy Swims?
Like that. Like no, he's for me way better.
Okay.
Because of the detail and the texture of his voice.
Mhm.
the tone
And
of his voice.
you're like musically inclined, and when it comes to the vocals, you know what time it is, and as do I. So when when we're talking like that, I get it. So
it's he
I
reflects the emotion in the song and not he doesn't imitate.
mhm. I think when I listen to Usher, I'm not looking for the ballads.
No.
So
Mm.
I get it, but I am looking for the mid tempo joint because
So
his runs hit
his
for me
numb
on there.
is Numb and then Sins of the Father. I do like Sins of the Father
Mm.
because I understand where it's coming from. It was great. Like this is a later album after Confessions and everything like
Yeah.
that. But it was a tone and a delivery. And I look for like his sexual balance because I need something when I'm getting down with my lady. I need to
Yeah.
I need her to be in the mood. So
Yeah.
those songs I like, but I'm not going out my way. And I'm not even gonna lie, before he dropped this last album, I was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Because
dropped it, he was
I seen the way he was working.
Mhm.
I listened to the mixtape that he did with oh crap. He used to do producing with Fudge Future. Him and Future is just like this. But
when you did that,
yeah,
I wasn't there.
got
I
you.
don't listen to Future.
Got you. I don't listen to it either, but I think it was I forget his name. I felt really, really bad because that sound imitates the South or imitates Atlanta, and he's an Atlanta
he's
producer.
Yeah.
So in that, I was just like, okay, I'm looking for it to be good because I want him to be great.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl happened; it was good, but the BT honors for him was trash. I did not respect that. I understood that they were doing female artists.
Yeah, but they have to do that.
It could have been better because he's been in the industry long enough
Yeah,
to be respected.
You know what? Everything is based off the influence, right?
Sure.
So the people that you like, their influences is from vocalists,
Yes,
right?
high
High vocalists,
Luther Vandross, Whitney Houston,
right?
those
Who I should say his favorite artist was? Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown, and
Who
then
else,
Bobby,
Mm.
his vocals didn't go.
You want to tell Bobby just turn the beat off? Bobby, go. You gonna do that?
Bobby's not gonna be able
Bobby
to do
ain't
that.
gonna do it.
Bobby's a
You
performer.
turn that beat on, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
Same with Usher. Usher can when a beat come off give you something,
Mhm.
but you have to already like him to like what he's going to do. If you're just meeting him, you're gonna be like, well, I just heard Luke James. I just heard a vocalist knock it down.
Tank is underrated as fuck.
You know what? That's because Tank is, I don't know how old he is.
Yeah.
Tank
But-
is underrated as fuck.
He is. I think he's underrated, but I think his expertise and
Yes.
his abilities are underrated.
That nigga
his songs that he chooses to bring out
Yeah.
are overrated.
Yeah.
So I think he's not giving himself enough.
But I
Like,
do respect.
Yeah,
But I respect Tank. Tank.
Aspect for growth. In regards to creating songs with Tank, man. Like this new joint he just dropped, Nasty Work. I was like, bro, you're 40 years old. Why is you? You know what I'm saying?
You talking about the ones that still
That's
help,
because
still got the
it's
thing
because
going.
he's still around the same circle of people. Like he's hanging out with Chris Brown. He's hanging out with Neo. He's
the fun uncle.
Yeah. He doesn't understand that it's time to
not do that.
Yeah, go behind the scenes now or evolve
or
and just because he's been writing for people. And you can hear it.
You can tell.
Yeah.
You remember when he was helping well, he helped all the youngins. For real.
He was with Omarion. He
that first album, that whole album, let me tell you.
Him and Jay Valentine.
That's what I'm listening to. Omarion's first album, the O joint.
Nah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm Sex Love and Pain too.
See?
It's like I love how he mimicked or paid homage to Jodeci. It was the
Now, do you like Jodeci the group? Or do you like the producer and a couple of songs? Or do you like Jodeci?
I love Jodeci.
You love Jodeci?
I do. They was fucked up. They were fucked up individuals. Trying to make things work. Coming from the church scene and then mixing. That's where you see where the church and circular music went like this, and then they don't go together.
Something happened.
They don't go together. And in that they weren't fully engulfed in the faith, and then the industry got a hold of them right before they found the faith in their music and understanding themselves. And that's when everything went left, because then
they no doubt that they can sing.
Yeah, they can. But they're great.
I have trouble listening to them how y'all listen to them, because when Jodeci come on, y'all, it literally just like goes down a playlist. And
I'm not even gonna lie, I listen to the background.
I got one in me, and
I listen to the background. Their background vocals.
Yeah,
because the mesh on how he put those together, it was cohesive and it worked. Even when he had KC screaming on the vocals, it worked to a way that he was able to fit that in, but you still heard the background vocals, and the background vocals are very important and very conducive to a successful R&B song. And
I'm a Boyz II Men guy myself.
Oh,
so I know all about the layers.
Yeah, the texture and layers.
They keep the layers in between,
and they still doing it.
In between each of Wanye's head shakes. They got a layer up there. The whole time.
The man's like,
there's a word for each level on that.
When this man goes like, when he goes like this, it's on. You got that.
The heartbreak part. This man got 17 kids. Like. Because don't his oldest do that? Them little
he really do.
Sit there like this.
You can tell when
Daddy told me
whose kid is whose in that one. Like
he pulled it to the side. This one gonna get a pregnant right here. Will you do this here?
Hey, you better follow it all the way out. All the way out. But you can tell in that it was a great teaching the next legacy, his legacy, what that was like. Hey, this is what you're going to need to do. And then their mom made sure with the information that he taught them to make it relevant for now, and was able to produce that whole, like they're doing work with Mary J. Blige.
She managed it.
Like that in itself is just like.
Didn't she come in and manage them?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they got the song. It's old, but I the
Boyz II Men song. They doing a lot of Boyz II Men covers.
Yeah, that's the song that I heard that they did by themselves. I think it's like Every Girl in the City or something like that.
Yeah.
Fire. That's what I was like.
And it's the same texture as the Boyz II Men group. Like they know. I like when they did that I hated that it was Walmart that brought that together, but I loved the combination of the new and old, and then he incorporated their daughters in as well.
Yeah,
It was a
they
beautiful
singing.
thing
That's a
to,
singing family, ain't
bro.
it?
They would. He was like, "We not playing. If you gonna do this, you gonna do
There's
this."
about 18
That,
of them, man. It's crazy. And they all good.
that all of them are good.
In their own right. All of them got their own thing.
So in that's why like it's a lot when it comes to the detail of an R&B artist.
And that's what I'm
And
big on. Like, I'm big on the details. Even in rap, I'm big on the details. It's like a lot of times, almost all the time for me, is what you're saying. But when it becomes about the how you're saying it, because let's be honest, most of my favorite artists, right? Talked about them, right?
Rightfully so.
You know what his albums sound like.
Yeah.
It's not going to sound like Common. It's not even Kendrick.
It's not.
That, but he will be invited to that party because you know what he can do.
Yeah.
But on his own project, he might not want to talk about nothing for 7 songs straight. Right?
You are right.
But it's how he's doing it.
It's the intention.
How your words are coming out and how perfectly they're meshing together like that. He's one of the original street rappers. Like, he gonna rap about that street joint. You gotta listen to what he's saying. And I always had that aggression about me, so it just resonated with me, right? So, but then when he started talking about the important stuff, because he got he that Jamaican man. He gonna read. You gotta read. So when that comes out, you're like, oh, and he's that too. That's why people been rocking with him since '89. That's why he's that.
Yeah.
Because he's smart. You know what I'm saying? That's why I rock with him. Like, that's like.
All right, so I got a good segue for y'all since we back on hip hop now.
Okay.
All right, I don't want to know your Mount Rushmore. That's going to come later. But I would like to know your criteria. What is the criteria that makes up your Mount Rushmore?
It would have to be.
That's a good question.
Yeah, it would have to be flow. It would have to be originality. It would have to be but that falls with originality. It would have to be flow. It would have to be originality. It would have to be versatility. And skill set. It will have to be skill set. Because talent and skill set, 2 different things.
Okay.
So
let's break down the difference between your definition of talent and skill set.
Talent is being able to do something well, but it's raw, right? True. You know what I'm saying? Being able to do something well, but in its raw form, you naturally can do this thing. The skill set of it is peeling the layers and seeing what you can perfect within that talent.
Unpacking it.
I know I'm good with my voice, so I had to learn quick breaths as a skill set. You can't tell me I can't run mine all the way through on stage, megaphone, the booth, like, because I mastered that skill. That was not my talent. My talent was being able to say words fast that people couldn't normally say, and being able to tell a story at that speed.
Okay. Storytelling.
My talent was that, just being able to say whatever I wanted to say at whatever speed. Skill set is being able to deliver it in such a way that people enjoy.
It's still flavorful.
And the like the delivery, the switch of the cadence, when to go nasal, when not. All those things are skill set. People who master that, Twista, the Brat, Busy Bone, Crazy Bone, Busta Rhymes, Corey Guns.
I appreciate you throwing Corey Guns in there every time, bro.
The ones who mastered the things, as far as what I'm talking about, right? And then you got people who just like kind of fall under the radar that was really, really good at that thing. Of course, Tech Nine.
Tech.
You know, Tech was that guy. Eminem, you didn't even know that was coming. Tretch.
Ludacris.
Luda.
Luda for sure.
But Luda does it in chunks.
Yeah.
Because he knows better. It's a hard thing to do.
When he did Missy Elliott's Once Upon a Time in College Park when they looked like that, but
and
it was name of Chris, nobody rated him in mind, no one gave a shit.
Yeah, you was like, you flipping, you flickering, Luda. All right, and then of course the What's Your Fantasy joint.
Yeah.
But guess who does that better than him? Right, Shauna. She flipped. That's the skill set I'm talking about. In your sleep type thing. That the way that chops, Luda does it in chunks to where you're amazed by it because it came in that chunk. There's the timing of it all. But Shauna, she did a song with Twister.
Yeah. It takes.
If you haven't heard it, listen to it when we pull off Turtle. It's called BPM, I think, or something like that.
Listen.
Jeez. Like, again, like the Brat and people like that, those are people I paid attention to. And that's a skill set that I require because that's what had me like Redman too. Redman is the same way. He has that thing. Method Man has a way of waving on that joint, but Redman a chop how you want to because he can flip like that. So that's what I pay attention to most. Black Thought as well. Black Thought you can
unmatched.
It's just like
unmatched.
It don't make no sense
it
how
doesn't.
that goes.
Yeah, he's one of the sleepers, man.
Oh my God, him, Toby Wigwe.
Oh man.
So for me, I'm gonna speak for me personally.
I like how Toby is, but I think I heard Big Crit do it already.
That's what I'm saying. But
let's talk about it.
and him doing it, he's still following the faith.
Yeah.
But giving you where he came from, where he's at now though.
Yeah.
And him being a family man all in one. It's like he accompanied all of that together. And then for him to actually be an athlete on top of it.
I'm leaving.
I'm not. I can't do it.
I literally am about to follow that. That's crazy. That's how I feel. Like when people was telling me all these years where I was like, nah, I'm not doing no shows. A lot of that is because who I was with couldn't come. I was like, I'm building this though.
I crave detail.
Yeah.
I need to like with your story. I need you to break it down. Like B.O.B. is one of my favorite too, and he can go. He's consistent in his own self, and he can multiple instruments and hone in on the detail with the concept of an album all the way through, like elements.
I would say Anderson .Paak too.
Yeah,
that's my Anderson .Paak, my guy.
But that's what I love. I want you to be creative. I want you to be able to tell me a story. I want it to be as detailed as possible and as animated as animated because I'm an animated person.
So is this your criteria?
Yes, this is mine because I love the aesthetics of being uniquely you, detailed to the T. That's why when I fell in love with Missy Elliott. When I fell in love with Timbaland, like it was all in one conglomerate, and it was all in one house. Just like,
you don't know what they you don't know.
You had everything. You had Aaliyah. You had Genuine. You had Magoo. You had Timbaland. You had Missy. You had Tweet.
Yeah, the Songbird.
You had them all.
People don't even know about Tweet.
All wrapped up in one, as well as Organized Noise. Yeah. They had it. I loved it. And then from Organized Noise sparked so many other entities. You had Outkast.
Yeah.
Like that's one of my major things. Like you can tell when the process of building an artist and building a structure happens, and then the industry sees that and they want it.
Yeah.
You want them to come to you instead of you going to them.
The essence always wins, right? So when Naughty by Nature came out, they had a certain sound and all these things. They needed to be protected. The essence won. Outkast, the same thing. When they came out and went to the forefront, the essence won. Queen Latifah managed both of those groups.
I did not know that.
I'm a nerd too.
You heard it live. You heard it live. Bro. digging in them crates, bro,
Yeah.
will do it to you. Like,
I'm sitting there like, that shit. That's why we like, because we love her.
loved it, bro.
And
Like,
it's when it comes to pushing the envelope and just going, I didn't ask you if I was allowed to, but here it goes. That's the
unapologetically her.
thing. And it's like you gotta do it the right way. And the gag is whatever way you choose is the right way. No one should be able to say what's wrong or not. It's all opinion based.
Right.
It's like once somebody get uncomfortable, all of a sudden they don't like it. Versus just saying they're uncomfortable by it.
Facts.
The radio, when you put stuff on the radio, a lot of stuff you don't like at first. The industry knows you'll learn to like it. I'm gonna plug it everywhere you turn so you find something good about it. But I do like the beat though. It's my 80th time hearing it. I got like something.
You gotta eventually
But that's the programming of it too.
That's the
As
programming of it.
many times as you listen to it.
So when I see people, the people I'm talking about, when they are pushing their truth and pushing their sound and their bounce and all that, and making sure the industry has to push that, that's what I'm talking about. Like I'm not about to jump on no wagon. I'm creating a new one, and you can find other people to jump on this one. Those are people I listen to.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying? Hip hop wise. And that's what I'm about out here. I've always had a different sound, a different bounce. I ain't called no girl out their name. You ain't seen me in no clubs I ain't supposed to be in. Out of respect. Just
You
I'm
said
not about to
you
get
did.
that to you.
You did.
I've heard everybody calling their parents when they done.
You have actually done that. You've protected the image of who Joseph / iSoulja is in the whole facet, and just clowning, bro. Like you see it come off of you, bro. So that's something that's appreciated. In that you need to tell us
the criteria.
Yes.
For me. So being in this game for such a long time, I would like to have to start off with. So I can only speak from a personal standpoint. You know what I'm saying? But I'd like to go what inspired me the most, what made me want to get up and do something about it. Like I hear your joint, and I can hear something in between the lines that inspired me to want to start writing right then. You know what I'm saying? So inspiration, authenticity. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to manufacture and copy paste. You know what I'm saying? You're actively being yourself, and then turning yourself up. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. I would have to say content. For me, content is king.
Yeah.
And what kind of game can I get from what you've seen?
Yeah, because you're supposed to, with what you're digesting through your ears, it does hit you subconsciously. So you're feeding the mind.
And Michael Jackson said it best, like, music is a mantra. You know what I'm saying? You're repeating these lyrics after this person, and this is going into your ear gate. And me, all of us know that every word you say is spell count.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So
this is something that you're
using it for
manifesting.
good. Like, where are you directing your people?
Exactly.
What does your war cry sound like?
And this goes into my last one, which is, what are you doing for the culture that's given you so much? What are you doing to feed the culture? What are you doing to give back? You know what I'm saying? Which is why, and I hate to go back to this, you know what I'm saying, because we already done touched on it, but this is why Drake could never go into my Mount Rushmore, because he's only exploited.
He's not. Yeah.
He's never protected.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't know where to go.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you've gained.
He's a vessel for others.
You've gained so much. What have you done to lead your people into salvation? What have you done to, feed people that are not, in this darker realm?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
have you gone to the depths and spoke about it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something, because we all have the power to make some sort of change and spark change in others. And if you're using your voice to do so, what I do is up and down about rap. It's like you rap a certain way and say certain things, and then turn around and do something
complete opposite.
Humility, but it had nothing to do with the single you just dropped. I'm always
Kanye smooth.
I have a problem with that. I mean,
Mm.
all of them at first. It's just like one of those like give and take type
Yeah.
things. You got even
You got to do
with
something.
Luda helping everybody get through college and all these
Yeah.
different things, but
But it's music.
Kendrick the same thing.
Yeah.
Cole, same thing.
Yeah.
Eminem, same thing. People, all of them, same thing. So at some point, when people like draw back from all that and they continue to do what they do, how they do, like Cole now,
Yeah.
right? Like Black Thought forever, like
Forever.
you know what I'm saying? Like Method Man when he be like, "Look, y'all ain't noticed, but I ain't cussed in 15 years in my joint." Like when things change and you just doing that and you continue to give to others. That's what I'm about. I'm in that group that gets ignored a lot, but the skill set way high over here. Like
man.
you gotta,
High.
like
High.
I practiced hard for years to be a part of this group. You're not about to just bop and turn up your way in this door. Like,
It's a fact.
Not in this house.
I do not accept
it's more,
anything
it's
less.
a life thing. I know I'm like my style of things and what I listen to and what I condone and what I talk about is acquired taste, but I'm cool over there.
True.
It's pure water over there.
Yeah.
For me. And the other people soak up what's, celebrated most and what's loudest and stuff like that. But then when it's time to expose it, it'd be the weakest thing.
Yeah.
So my criteria is around is more along the lines of the inner workings of the artist, what they bring out.
The evolution of the artist.
You don't know what you're gonna get, man.
Oh,
Like,
and that hurt. You could tell it hurt. Like the music hasn't been the same. Like the last album that I actually was able to truly listen through, and you can tell the adjustment or the change that he had to go through was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That was the last one.
Yeah. After that,
it was Black Skinhead. After that, and then it was just
whatever I felt like doing.
And it hurt because you heard his mom.
Yeah.
You heard the message that he was giving to himself. And I seen the symbolism with the phoenix.
Yeah.
And him rising from that and everything. But when you lose a valuable key, the only reason why I know this is because my valuable key is my grandmother.
Okay.
My grandma, my mom, I love her. She's a valuable key, but my grandmother was my valuable key, and I lost her. And it was like it was the only weight that was keeping me level to the ground, where I can float off. But I need you to realize what responsibilities you have to yourself and the people around
you. Yeah.
Once you lose that, that's it.
Yeah.
And if it's not dealt with, if it's not handled, I'm not even going to say dealt with. If it's not handled correctly, it will have cracks and the glass will break. The cord is broken after that point, and then that's when you're out there. And with a room full of yes men, it's not gonna help you, because you do need that. Yeah, you do need that balance to be like, nigga, you gotta come on. Like with me, that's what I'm struggling with Kanye, bro, because I love Kanye so much, bro, to a point that I was making excuses for him. And then I'm like, I love you, bro. I do. Like, I love what you've done. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are outside of your music.
Yeah.
But the game that you've changed and adjusted, like just switched.
Switched it.
And what I had to do was I had to just go into just his producing, the music, and then after the quality of music was diluted, it was just like there's nothing left. There's nothing left.
And he kind of told y'all that's what they was gonna do to him.
Yeah, he did before everything happened.
He said that's what they was gonna do. And he's still gonna be. Well, I guess the parts that we loved about him is always going to be high and unbreakable. That part, because it's so important to hip hop, like how you had to work your way up like that. Like he worked his way.
He really did.
His own excellence. He's like, this is how I make beats. this is how I visualize things, this is how I explain things, and this is how I don't take no for an answer. And he kind of showed the game how to do that. And then he inspired many producers to make their way up by not taking no for an answer and doing what they do the same type of way. So big up to old Kanye.
Shout out to old Kanye. We still love you, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. We still love you. You just got to get some things together, bro.
Yeah. So Joseph M. Yeah. Well, right. What would you say your ultimate goal as an artist, producer, whatever you do? What would you say your ultimate goal is?
My ultimate goal now that I'm on the walk that I'm on, I want my voice to be used as a vehicle to inspire and encourage people to get closer to God and get in tune with self and realize that, you know, the gifts and the talents and the skills that you possess is here for a reason. It is very necessary. And if you can use me as a soundtrack to your life while you're figuring that out, that's my goal. I want to be still soundtrack people's life. It's always been my thing. Music is soundtrack to life. Like what you listening to, kind of.
That's what I see.
It dictates your mood a little bit. There's a reason that you naturally have a go-to without thinking about it. It channels you into where you're most comfortable or where whatever. So if I can be, because you can't help that. So it's important for my sound to be laced in the word, laced in a message, because when you're in that type of state, some good needs to be in your ear versus something else. It's always going to be accepted when you're naturally in that mode. So if I can be somebody's go-to,
it's going to be delivered
every day, bro.
In this bag, like what?
That's what's going to change some things, because our energy is to be shared.
Yeah.
Right? You hold it. When you hold it, you are
doing a disservice.
You're doing a disservice to your bubble and to the rest of the world, because you don't know who in that bubble is going to spread out on their own with what you've given them. So the more you hold, the worse you're part of the problem.
Are you speaking to me?
So
man,
in that, I'm gonna piggyback off of what you said. In that same facet, I want the people that I know to be heard and seen and have that voice. So if you didn't hear from me, if I'm not talking about them, you've seen it. You've seen what they can do. You've heard what they can do. And with me, you've seen what I can do. You've heard what I can do. It's been evident. It's been shown each and every time. And I always lead with love. So if anything like that, I want to die knowing that I love the world just like God did. Like I want to die as empty as that. And once I'm placed into the ground, whatever is left for the ground to feed off of. I'm going to die and have my ashes left here. My wife will have my ashes, and then my wife's ashes we are going to be laid out somewhere where the land will feed off of it. And we're not just sitting in a pine box. That's not what I want to do. That's not what it is for me.
Yeah,
I'm here to feed back into what I was brought into.
Come on. That's it.
And that's all I can say on that. I want to just have no regrets in what I've done, how I loved, and who I chose to share all of that with.
See, that's to that point. Like my inspiration is, of course, my household. It's like I'll wake up to my family, and it's something else. But I put so much. I'm hard on myself when it comes to that.
Facts.
The fact that I have the kids that I have, and only 2 of them know I'm an artist.
Oh, wow.
Right.
They will know, though.
They will. Yeah, but the die empty part is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they don't know me as none of these things.
They know you as dad.
They know me as dad, but Nala and Kel, they know I'm an artist. They've been they saw me. They saw me rock an entire outside situation where hundreds of people or whatever is supposed to just be out and about, and they all looking at me, type thing.
That's beautiful.
That type deal
That's something different, bro.
Nala and Kel
The
have
look.
experienced.
The look of when they find that out is crazy.
Yeah, we got the videos and pictures and everything. Like I was like, yo,
It was because I remember it with my son. He was just like, "You sing?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I brought him to the studio, to your studio, and he was like, "I didn't know this was possible. I don't know what to do." I was like, "What's coming to you?" Didn't we feed him? Like,
hey,
there's a whole track on him just doing random stuff, and then when COVID happened, I started to learn him the way that I didn't think that I could. I learned his learning style, his place in where I see him going.
see,
And after that, it's been gas ever
ain't
since.
parenting crazy,
Bro, it's a different type. It's a different type of
'Cause
thing.
it's the thing is you have to realize that we have this mind your thing, but it's not really the case.
No.
It's not yours. But you have been chosen to mold that
mold
body and mold that mind. And that's why it's there's such a back and forth on when you think you know your child. Like they're experiencing something for the first time and you're watching them experience it for the first time. So anything you think you know is not a thing because you're learning as it's going along. So you have to always be in learning mode with the kids. And it's hard because you take, you want to protect them so bad. You take their newness personally.
Yep.
Because you know
It's a fear.
It's
You wanna
underlining
protect it,
fear. You want to protect it. So you don't do that. How many times have I said it? And they're like, I don't know, but I'm about to try it right now. Like, it's a thing because
gotta let 'em
it's
learn.
the newness. Now, if you find the beauty in the process of that, then you will repeat yourself lovingly every trip because it's so new still.
Have you had that confirmation? Like, where you feel like, I don't know, and then out of nowhere, you ain't even said nothing, and then you get the confirmation, like, yeah, you all right, Dad. You're like, you good. Like, whatever you thinking or whatever is going on, you all right? Have you had those moments?
Yeah.
I have them all the time, bro. And it's like, it's wild because he picks up. He'll be like, oh, so, you know I love you, right? And I thank you. You the best dad ever. Like, you are my father, and I love you, and I thank you. And I'm like, where is this coming from? I just wanted to say it. And then he hugged me, and then I'm like,
yeah. And then, like,
I've never gotten that.
My daughter Nala she's the sentimental part of the movie. I'm telling you, you'll be sitting there, like, literally, like, in space, and I love you, Dad. No, I need you to. The way you care for us and feed us and play with us and talk to us, I appreciate it so much. And she's that's my reader, so she talks really well, and she's like second grade, read fourth grade level type, and so the words she chooses, she be sitting there like, I'm having a full conversation with you. You really get you got me. You get me there.
You got me.
You let me know if you need anything, okay? Like, what do you mean? I will.
Like, what? Excuse me? Okay. I got you. Wait until after dinner. We'll reconvene.
Yeah, and it's always a response. Well, thank you. You're welcome. Like, she keep knowing these.
Man.
Tap in. And she get it from her mom. Her mom is like that as well. So it's like, it's mind-blowing when you think you are failing. And them kids come around like, and you're awesome. What do you mean? It's crazy, and I got.
And the wife do it too.
Multiple. Okay? There's different ways. There's different ways that it comes. Like, Nala will be all sentimental with the words. Yuna will just come hug me and just like grip my face like that. And then little Naeem will like bite my leg or something weird.
It's a rough.
And then just lay like that. I'm like, oh, that's what that means.
Gotcha.
So, like, essentially, I'm just laying like this, but they love me. I'm like, bet. So that's always special when you are struggling with self-worth and stuff like that. Especially even in music, like on the personal end, that's that. But I'm also struggling on the music end too. And they make me feel like I can just go out here
Conquer the
and
world.
conquer the world and bring them back a piece. So
that's where this sparked from, bro.
yeah, man.
Like all of this, like yes, it's a platform to help my friends have their moment, and like once these come out, they can. The main thing is knowing that you are able to come here, share your light, and show what I already see, and I want the world to see,
I appreciate that.
and have that platform to have that conversation, that delivery, the feeling,
Yeah.
and understand that once we go back into the world, this is out there for them, and then that's gonna pick up on you. It's just like a branch.
Yeah.
I just want to extend my branch for everybody that I come across, that I love dearly. We've had an interview before this interview, and I never got to put it out because I lost the file.
Oh man, it was a good conversation too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So in that, it's just like I'm still able to do this, but I'm able to do it with people that I genuinely care about, bro, and their art, their creative.
Yeah, I believe everything's
Niche.
full circle too, because the way my life has changed, there's people that don't even know I'm back in Columbus.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You left Columbus?
yeah, he was gone. I told you.
I was gone.
Dang, man.
I was gone. Came back quiet, and then things came full circle. As far as loved ones and people who just kind of came back around, it's like I kept asking God to like people who match where I'm at, people I can learn from, or people I need to apologize to, or people I need to just line me up. Boom, just line them up, and then I gotta accept accordingly and check myself and just make sure I'm not leading in an old space. And that's why when people call me soldier, you gotta know me for me to actually accept it. If you don't know me, you do it.
It's a correct.
It's a inside. I'm like, yo.
Yeah.
But you know,
Chill out.
me, I'll say the correction respectfully and call that and hope that people will follow it, because it really is like just doing away with
The old.
something deeper than the name itself. Even though the name, what I was able to put under it is what people remember most, which is why they call me that. It's like it reminds them of the time that they met that name. Because I wasn't in the street like that for real. You either call me that because you're at a show, or call me that because who you know was at a show. Like I really my identity was live performance, right? So it wasn't because you saw me or the community stuff. Like other than that, that's the only way you would know that name.
Very relatable.
So
Relatable, man.
Because he went through the same change.
okay, same
OPZ
change.
to Mighty Locks.
okay,
Yeah. You know, so like I have to bury that part of myself in order to emerge as who I am today.
hey,
You know what I'm saying?
who said that? It's okay to put. I think it was Will Smith. Being able to put certain parts of yourself to death in order to
Become
reemerge,
a
and
bigger, better, best version of yourself.
yeah, and he was talking about at the end of that self, and the end of like the material world. When what you think money does ends, then you can start living.
Actually,
And he was
like
like, he said, from a wealthy standpoint, there's nothing crazier than sitting in your living room looking around and realizing there's nothing else to buy. So think of that mindset, broke or not. Think of that mindset when you
I think
do
J. Cole
away.
had that same thought process too.
Yes.
Wow.
Now you living.
Mm-hmm.
And look at what he doing now.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's when it matters. That's when you unlock. I even said I might have to send you this song,
Please do.
but I said that like with self you gotta lock in just to unlock.
All right. Because I know you got to get back to the fam.
Yeah.
I do want you to give them your social media handles so they know where to follow you. I know a lot of people already do, but just in case you don't,
Yeah, I switch it all the time.
where you at? Where you
I
at?
switch it all the time. But TikTok, IG, that's it. TikTok and IG, Joseph M _ from Ohio. Joseph M from Ohio. JOSFM from Ohio. Yeah, I'll have you talk to me.
We gonna have some more conversations like this too.
Absolutely.
Mod, what's your social media handles, bro? Let them know where you at.
I can find me pretty much in it everywhere. MAHDI LAUX _ MAHDI _ LAUX. Yeah, man. IG, all that.
All right, and you already know me. I'm William Bryan. This is In the Whip Podcast. I want to say thank you. Stay a blessing, be a blessing, and peace and love. And I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Gone. Yo. Before you click off the video, I know you want to tap into the YouTube. So go ahead and tap into the YouTube In the Whip Podcast. I do thank you so much for tuning in. And this your boy, William Ryan. And love, peace, and I'll see you next week.